Hey, finding joy. How are you? Thanks for joining tonight. Appreciate it. We're gonna do something a little bit different this evening. We're gonna wait for a few more people to get on in here. Hey, Mike, how are you? Josie, how are you? Thanks for joining. Appreciate each and every one of you joining here, folks. I just wanted to say congratulations to all of you who actually did go on to SoCal's channel this afternoon and win prizes. Congratulations on that. Hey, he was giving away some really good prizes, man. And what a better way to do it than be out on the water on the boat. Him and Mrs. SoCal, man, that was a good thing that they did. So, hey, it's awesome that they were able to do that. Awesome, awesome, awesome for sure. Kind of get a little bit closer here. There we go. There we go. Folks, I hope everyone's doing well this evening. I just wanted to get on here tonight and to kind of give a couple of updates that's going on with me here. I just got back from the lake. Lake Mojave here with my son, and we took the boat out for a test run. And I am happy to report that it is running stronger and a lot better. Having it sit for as long as I did was probably a no go on my part because of the fuel ended up getting uh, kind of contaminated per se. And I will tell you, it's been a labor of love checking out, doing with the spark plugs, the fuel filters, changing out the oil on the top section and the lower gear oil and all that other kind of stuff. And changing, I think I said fuel filter. My concern was that I was going to end up having to change out a fuel pump, but it all worked out really well that I didn't have to. So I'm pretty happy about that so far. But again, it is running probably, if I had to guess, about 95 to 97% better than it did. So it does have some residual that whenever you do put the fuel down, as far as the throttle on, every so often you get that debris that will come through the line. I think that's just residual gas that's in there and the old particles that are in there. But overall, though, I'm happy to report that it is finally out on the water. So today was the first time in 2026 the boat came back to life. I'm so excited about that. So figured I'd do one in the actual the bedroom here this evening and kind of change it up a little bit. Falcon, welcome, welcome. So, folks, um, I wanted to do kind of a mini topic tonight, kind of change up the game plan here with Arizona Outdoors as far as now you all know me pretty much as a fishing channel, which I am 100% will be continued from this point on till the end of time, whatever comes first that. But I also wanted to incorporate, eventually doing some hunting content, some scouting content, off-road content, and even off-grid content with my programming. That was one of the main reasons why I wanted to call it Arizona Outdoors because it encompasses a variety of factions that I could do with it. And I think it was a great way to incorporate different types of setups. And one of the things I want to share with everybody tonight that I have a passion for is definitely bow shooting and bow hunting. Um, I got into bow shooting and bow hunting, if I had to say, maybe about, um, oh, he did. He did, Falcon. SoCal did really well on the quota. He did a really fine job with it. Yeah, it's just remarkable what him and Mrs. SoCal did. And for everybody who participated and donating and all that, you know what? Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Anyway, as I was saying, I got into bow shooting probably, if I had to guess, maybe about 8 to 10 years ago. And it was basically on a whim that I ended up doing it. A buddy of mine that I used to work with, we hunted together faithfully, whether it was deer hunting, duck hunting, quail, pheasant, you name it, we did it all. And he started really getting into bow shooting. And at that time, prices of bows were pretty pricey, which they still are, depending on what you get. But back at that time, bow shooting and bow products, for the most part, were pretty expensive. Whether it was a Hoyt, Matthews, or whatever the case may be, a Bear, even a Diamond, they were all pretty pricey at the point. But um, and I'll never forget how he actually addressed on how he wanted to do it. So here's how the game plan went, basically. He knows me and he knows I've been interested in it, but at the time it wasn't financially feasible for me to do it. So what he did was he says, well, basically, hey, I bought this bow, you know, and I think you should buy it. And well, I can't afford the price on it right now, because again, at that time, keep in mind, bows were expensive. And He said, well, you know what? If you don't like it, then just give it to me and I'll just, I'll keep it. Okay, well, whatever. But one happening was that I actually went down to our local archery shop in the city that I lived in or town that I lived in. And folks, I will tell you, I fell in love with it. Fell in love with it. Hang on a second, folks. I'll get a few people here shouting out here. I've got somebody, Edgar, watching from the Philippines. Hey, thanks for joining the channel this evening. Welcome to Arizona Outdoors. Yeah, Josie, it is definitely awesome. So, with that being said, I wanted to try my hand at. Now, keep in mind, folks, I've never bow shot ever in my entire life. I've never bow hunted, never target practiced, never did any of that. And I will tell you, learning how to use the bow properly for the first maybe 6 months was it was a labor of love on my part, because of the fact is that bow shooting is definitely takes dedication. It definitely takes patience. Not to mention the fact that the forearm suffered more than anything did. The forearm suffered more than anything did. And I had this inability of finally, I should say finally getting it right, but I had the inability of not being able to cant the wrist just a wee bit off to the side for when I released that line, that actual string. And I pretty much have about a 50 to 55 pound pullback. Okay. And for those of you who know bow and bow shooting and all that, that's a pretty significant pullback. And I'll tell you what, it hurts so much. It hurt. And I'll tell you, I got bruises from here all the way down to here. And I figured about the first couple of weeks, I learned real quick how to move that out. Hey, Soul, how are you? Thanks for joining. So it literally taught me muscle memory, how to remove from the actual straight on board to cant it off to where I was able to get it to where the bow, the actual string itself, when I released it, would not slap me in the forearm and bruise or damage the arm. And I'll tell you what, you do that a few times, you'll learn real quick. It's painful. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. You can, Falcon. You can get armor for that. It's what they call a wrist or a forearm guard. But I got to tell you, um, probably not the brightest thing to do, but I refuse to wear them. I refuse to wear them. Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, they do hurt indeed. They hurt very much. And I refuse to wear them because I figure, you know what? Me being stubborn that I am and arrogant that I am, yeah, not doing it. But it taught me to make sure that I keep the forearm out of the way. And now when I shoot, it is so repetitive in my brain now that when I get ready to set up on draw, I automatically take that forearm and I just kilter it off to one side. So again, with that being said, yeah, but I will tell you, I would have never in my wildest dreams imagined how much I would fall in love with bow shooting. Bow shooting. It was just amazing. Um, I had a whole new respect when I went to start deer hunting with bow. I really felt that the game that I was hunting had more of an advantage, and that it was more of the fair on the playing. On it was more. What's the word I want to use? Hey, Northern Fishing, how are you? Thanks for joining. Um, I guess the best way to say it was I was leveling the playing field versus they had just as much advantage as I did. I wouldn't say it was a disadvantage on my part because of the fact is that I still had to go out and track, scout, and hunt and be quiet. And again, I still love to rifle hunt. I do, but to me it felt more personal when I got to use the bow. You became one with the hunt, if that makes sense. For those of you who hunt with bow, you kind of understand what I'm saying. And if you're brand new to bow hunting or brand new to bow shooting, yeah, it's an experience that you will never forget. Yeah, I love bow shooting. Well, I got to a point where I started to get real good at shooting that I started doing some competition bow shooting. And I actually was pretty good at it. I actually was real good at it. And it got to a point where I would go to 5 or 6 competitions a year. And yeah, that was my thing. I loved to bow shoot. You could do flat target shooting, you can do distance shooting, and you can do my all time favorite 3D shooting. 3D shooting is probably one of my favorites. For those of you who don't know what 3D shooting is, it's basically a lifelike animal, 3D in nature, and it looks like a realistic type of game. Whether you're hunting deer, whatever the case may be, it looks so real. And to me, when I used to hear that thwack, that sound as it hit the target, boy, it was amazing. Yeah, Robinson Hood of Arizona, indeed, Falcon, indeed. Oh, indeed, Joy. I really truly found out that bow shooting was a passion that I have, and um, now I'm learning now that unless I go to Josie says, "Have you ever?" I apologize. I need to bring it. I'm so used to having you guys closer when I'm reading here. Josie says, "Have you ever saw the sites they have for you, Bo? Now it's digital. How?" Oh yes, yes, I have seen them, Josie, and man, they are amazing. They even have sites now that magnify that bring the targeting closer to you. Yeah, they're crazy, crazy cool, but man, they are pricey. They are super pricey. I'll tell you, if I could afford them, I would. But I still have a passion and a love for a 5 pin set. Yeah, they're very expensive, Josie. Very expensive. Joy, no, they're not. It's not cheating. I think it gives you more of it gives more of an advantage to the bow hunter. I wouldn't necessarily say it's cheating, but if you want to keep it traditional as you can with a compound. Now, if you're doing recurve, that's about as traditional as you're going to get. But if you're doing a compound and you do the pin sights, yeah, to me that's pretty traditional too. Josie says it helps you be more accurate. Exactly. And I think that's 100% agree on that one, Josie, because the fact is, when you're doing that shot, you want to be as ethical as you can be. You want to take that game the first time you take that first shot. Nothing worse to me, even if it's a rifle shot, nothing worse to me than having it injured and then you have to go out and find it. To me, that's not doing that game justice. You know, the accuracy and the importance of knowing the distance and all that is so critical and so crucial that you want to make it a clean, ethical takedown. And yeah, I'm a firm believer in that. But again, I still like the passion of having a 5 pin set on my scope or on my sights. Now, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, Joy. Not everybody understands that, and you know that means a lot to me that you understand that and that you agree upon it. I've actually have encountered people who would look down at me and pretty much make me feel bad because of the fact is that I do hunt or that I do, they say, well, how can you kill an animal? This and that, and that and this. Well, the reality is one, when I take my animal, I know where the food's coming from. Hey, in memory of fisherman, how are you? Yeah, I do too. One, I know where the food's coming from. I know it's as natural as it's going to be. It's as healthy as it's going to be. Two, I had to work for it. I had to take the time to scout, to look up, educate myself, and know what locations to go to. Now, when you're doing upland game bird hunting and all that, it's a little bit different because it's a wider spectrum to where there's a lot of locations that you don't need to really go seek out and tough terrain to do upland game hunting, such as like quail or pheasant or even dove. One upland game bird I will tell you that is a hard one to deal with is turkey. Turkey has probably been out of all the upland game, turkey's probably been my most challenging because they do climb in an area that I used to hunt at, and uh, SoCal probably knows this area. It's an area in Southern California called Julian, California. It is gorgeous out there. I mean, one of the most greenest, plushest places I've ever seen. It's almost like a turkey haven for hunters. One of the drawbacks, though, is that the turkeys are so smart out there that they know where to go and where not to go. It's almost like they have that third or that second, third sense or sixth sense, as you say, whatever the case may be. They know when hunting season's here, and they basically migrate out of the area. They go to private property. Again, I do respect the rights of people not allowing me to be on the property, if that be the case. And I always try to live by the rule that you respect other people's wishes when it comes to their property. And if they do give you the ability, Oh, Josie, they have the most amazing eyesight in the world. You would never think they do, but they do. And they are wicked smart, wicked smart. I got to the point where I had to learn how to use a turkey caller, and I'm pretty good at it for the most part. But overall, though, man, getting them in there, it was a struggle. And when you did make contact with them, 9 chances out of 10, they were either on private land and you're trying to get them off the private land, or they're so far out there that you glass them is when you see them. But I mean, turkeys are definitely a smart bird, very smart bird. And I would like to say that they are routine sometimes, but on the same token, they're not always routine. They do stay in an area where they mostly do migrate and where they pack up at, but they travel. One thing I will say about turkeys is they do travel. Whether it's a tom, a hen, or a jake, yeah, they travel and they travel in packs and they travel far sometimes. But again, as an upland game bird hunter, that was probably, other than turkey, was probably the easiest way to do it. I just recently went to a crossbow because of my shoulder issues. Oh, Lee, there's nothing wrong with that, my friend. I actually love a good crossbow. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Tim, let's hear your turkey call. You know what? The turkey call in the mouth, I don't use the mouth call as much. I use what we call a box caller. Learning to do turkey calls by mouth, it is yeah, it's interesting. I'll give it that much. It's interesting how that works. Let's see here. Lee, I hate that for you, but I'm also glad you're getting to hunt stuff. Oh, indeed. Lee, you know what? I hate you, my friend, you got to get out there and do it the best any way you can. That's what I'm saying. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble. Exactly. I'm still learning how to master the mouth caller because they're difficult. They're difficult. If it's a box call or a slate call, I'm pretty good at it. But when it comes to a mouth call, yeah, I still have a lot of learning to do on that. Let's see here. We've got somebody watching from New Orleans this evening. Macware 5889. How are you? Thanks for joining the channel. Appreciate that. Um, Now, one thing I've gotten pretty good at is my duck call. I've got a few of them that I've bought over the years, and that is definitely another passion that I have is waterfowl hunting. Probably majority of my duck calls that I have purchased are going to be from the Duck Commander series. Um, yeah, so indeed. Let's see here. Now, the hardest hunt that I've ever had to do, definitely deer hunting. They are keen sense of smell, keen sense of hearing, and well, I'd almost say keen sense of eyesight, but smell, I think, would probably be the number one thing that they are pride themselves on. Let's see here. Memory of Fisherman says, I want to hunt elk, but I've been on a waiting list for 7 years in Pennsylvania. Um, you know what? Memory of Fisherman, I've heard that quite a bit, especially in Pennsylvania. Um, I lived in Pennsylvania many years ago, and I've got a friend of mine actually that still lives out in that area. And yeah, hunting out there can be, especially for prime location, it can be very difficult. You've got to definitely be patient, for sure, for sure. I talked to a gentleman the other day who had been on out here in Arizona, who had been on a list for waiting for a prime spot for elk. And we have what we call out here. Y'all may have the same thing too. We're out here, we have what we call the point system. I think every state may generate that. Does all your states out there have what they call point systems when you're doing your hunt license? Because I know that if you don't get the spot, they acclimate points that you can build up on that. Now out here, the gentleman that I talked to recently said I guess every year you get 1 or 2 points. Well, he's up to almost 22 points, so it's been almost 20 to 21 years that he still hasn't got picked for a prime hunt location for elk. So yeah, I can see that can be discouraging. But on the same token, I think if a lot of people got to hunt those prime areas, that would completely deplete that section of elk in that area. One time I'll tell you, I remember, and it was weird because years ago when I lived in the state that I used to live in, I got picked. Oh, right, yeah, that was a long time, Joe. Indeed. Um, hey, Lou Anderson, how are you? Thanks for joining us tonight, man. Glad you could make it. There was one season in the state that I lived in before, where I actually got picked for a prime location. And I'll tell you, folks, it was like only the second year that I got picked, and I was shocked that I got it. The unfortunate thing about it was that, yeah, I'm glad to have you here, my friend. The unfortunate thing was that I couldn't go because I had to work. And I was like, gosh darn it, I should have taken a day off. But unfortunately, the job that I had was not allowing me for that privilege to do that. So I had to work, and I ended up missing that opportunity on a prime location for deer. And it was like, to get that spot, you were looking at maybe 5, 6, 7 years before you would get it. And I got it the very next year. That's what the frustrating part was. I couldn't go. And I never forgot that. So again, now it's like it is what it is. Um, Out here, the area where I have my property in Seligman, it's known as there's property out there where there is area that I can hunt out there for deer. About maybe a year or two ago, we were scouting, my wife and I, and we were all just doing some off-roading. But anytime I'm out there off-roading in my off-road vehicle out there, I'm always looking around. My wife's always looking around, and we're looking to see if there's any kind of movement out there as far as animals and such, wildlife whatsoever. But yeah, my wife, she spotted the deers quickly. We saw a pack. I believe there was probably 3 bucks and 7 doe all in one section. And I'll tell you what, folks, it took my breath away. It took my breath away. When I see wildlife that close, it took my breath away. And so I said, "Yep. Well, at least we know in an area that our property is at in that general area, there is hunting out there, and it's a good thing." So I'm kind of excited to go out this 2026 season and do some scouting out there. Do some scouting out there. So with that being said, folks, let me show you what I got. I'm pretty proud of this bow that I have, but I want to share with you some of the features about it. I got this bow a little while ago. Okay, I love this thing. This is my Diamond Edge bow. Okay, it's got the 5 peak sight on it. It's a beautiful, beautiful bow. The counterweight on that and everything. I mean, it's great. It's got. I just had it recently restrung, maybe about a year ago, if that. And since I lived out here in Arizona, I've been to a few competition bow shoots up in the city close by, maybe about 45 minutes from where I live. Um, and I'll tell you, it is the most comfortable bow that I have ever used. The most comfortable bow I've ever used. I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect in every way. I love this thing. And of course, it's my favorite color, camouflage. So this is what I'm talking about right here. Okay. A little bit of demographics about the bow here. It does have a light up, not it does have a light up pin set on it. The batteries are probably dead by now because it's been a while since I've actually used it. But again, love this thing. Love this thing. Now, when I used to shoot it before, I shot it so much that the actual strings on the bow itself started fraying out. And one thing that I wanted to be real careful with, especially with these bows like that, these compound bows like that, if they explode, that is no bueno. No bueno. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Josie. Appreciate that. I've actually seen it to where they have exploded during competition shoots, and it's not a pretty sight. Not a pretty sight at all. Now, I shoot different arrows when I'm target practicing. Okay, these aren't your most expensive ones. These ones are designed basically more for target shooting. Okay, and these are what they call the Victory V Force .425. It's a 45 through 60 V6. I believe, if memory serves me right, I believe it was a 400 grain. I mean, it's a really good arrow. You know, it's got the like a plastic type fletching on it. Really good. Again, This is the tips that I use on these are basically going to be just for target practicing only, whether it's 3D targeting or it's going to be. I have one of those big square type targets that I use. It's going to have no issues with that. I can take this up to about 70 yards and get pretty accurate with it for the most part. Pretty accurate. So, with that being said, now a little bit of demographics on the actual bow itself. For those of you that are interested in maybe purchasing a bow one day, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. So, the type of bow that I have, obviously, it's a diamond edge. Okay, it's a compound bow for sure, as we know. The nice thing about that is that type of bow is extremely adjustable. I mean, it really is. There's not much you can't do with it. The draw range on that, with setting wise, is anywhere from 13 to 31. Okay, draw range is anywhere from 13 to 31. Fitting any archer, so it doesn't matter. As far as I won't say that even for a kid, unless you're a strong kid, the pull back on it. But I mean, you can go. It's very flexible with that. Okay. The nice thing about that type of bow that I have is it's lightweight. When I'm carrying it during my hunt or even during bow shooting, competition shooting, it's really light. It's a light frame. I mean, it's almost like you don't even know it's there half the time. So again, love that thing. The entire weight of that bow weighs about 3.3 pounds. That's a pretty light bow in my opinion. 3.3 pounds is not bad at all. The draw weight on that is between 5 and 65 pounds. Now I'm doing about 55 pounds. Trey, did you want to ask me something? Is that what it was? Yeah. So you can do anywhere from 5 to 65 pound draw on that thing, which is not bad. Like I said, mine's between 50 and 55 pound drawback on that one. Oh, is yours close to the same weight? Yeah, Josie, they're amazing, isn't that? How it is. Let's see here. Les says, check out the bargain shelf at Cabela's. You can get some great deals. Oh, yeah, absolutely you can. Absolutely you can. To my surprise, folks, out here where I'm at, we have what they call Cow Ranch. I'm actually surprised that we have one that's for those of you who obviously know about bow shooting and archery. Fred Bear, he's the father of archery in some sense, modern day archery, I should say. Fred Bear. Now they sell some of his bows out here. I believe it was a Cow Ranch. I saw the least expensive bow that I saw from the Fred Bear collection was about $430. A compound. Nice looking bow. Nice looking bow. Compound bow. So, yeah. Hang on a second. Trey wants to ask a question. It says, what is your honest opinion on America as in the UK and college? Let's see. Hang on. Let me read this again. What is your honest opinion? Um, I'll be honest with you. I don't put too much thought into it. Really don't get into that kind of stuff, Trey, and I don't want to be disrespectful. I think the best thing to do is to go ahead and do your own research on what you think you may want to do as far as educational courses and things like that. And I think the best thing to do is to decide what you want to do and do your own research on it. That would probably be the best. See, I've been wanting to bow for a few years. This place in town used to have a bunch of you can try out before you buy, and they shut down. Oh, they did shut down. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. JBT, you know what? I totally understand it, my friend. Um, the city where I used to live at years ago had one bow shop that I trusted respectfully, no matter what, I trusted it. And the individuals in the clientele that worked there, or the people that worked there, I trusted them immensely with my bow. So again, um, um, One thing I will say though is that if you have the ability of finding some place or finding people in your area, JBT, that does do a lot of bow shooting, that does have some knowledge about it, hook up with them. That'd be your best bet. That would be your best bet. Don't shy away because of not having stores or archery shops around you. Because where I live here in the city I'm in, there's not one archery shop. Okay, the gun range that I go to when I train with my weapons has an archery range out there, but it's not maintained. The closest one that I have that's a credible archery range, I mean, and I do mean incredible with the 3D targets and everything, is about an hour and a half away from me. And there is an amazing bow shop that I go to up in a town 45 minutes north of me. Hey, Jim, good evening. How are you, my friend? Folks, Jim is talking to me via phone here, texting me. He's watching and he's just conversating that way with me. So again, JBT, don't shy away from that, my friend. Yeah, I mean, and if you don't have a big box store that sells them, a lot of times, and I do mean a lot of times, if you do some research on that, you can find some really decent bows online. It's just getting to know what you're looking for, the price range that you want. I think the first thing you probably want to know, though, JBT, is what do you want to use your bow for? That's a biggie. Do you want to use it just for bow shooting, recreational shooting, target shooting? Do you want to use it for competition shooting? Do you want to use it for hunting? And another thing to think about it too is, do you want to use recurve? Do you want to use compound? I mean, those are a lot of options. Now, JBT, if you really want to know a lot about bows and bow shooting and bow hunting and that, do me a favor, check out a gentleman on YouTube called uh, Sean's Outdoors Adventures. Sean's Outdoors Adventures, I believe it is. Sean McVeigh is a friend of mine. I've been talking to Sean off and off for about maybe, gosh, I've known Sean about maybe 10 years or so. And I don't mean talking off and on, but I mean, I used to correspond with him quite a bit. Um, Sean's Outdoors Adventure. Check him out on YouTube. He does everything and anything you will need to know and want to know about bow hunting, bow shooting, hunting, whatever the case may be. He's a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of information for sure. I did a lot of talking with him before I even started thinking about, buying one, but I was interested in it. So again, something to think about. Hopefully that helps you out, JBT. Just for target, yeah. You know what? Still watch his stuff. It doesn't matter. You know what? Because you'll get enlightened by a lot of opportunity to know what you're looking for, even if it's just target shooting. Do you need to spend a lot of money in a target shooting? No, you don't. You could probably pick one up for a couple $100 if it's just for fun. But if you're going to get into, like, say, hunting with them, or even maybe competitive shooting, like I like to do, you're going. The minimum I would recommend is probably about $500 and up. So, Zyro, how are you? Thanks for joining tonight. So again, hey, Ferg Jams. That's right, Mike. You're on your other channel tonight. Glad to have you on here, buddy. So again, it all depends on what you are interested in and what your comfortability level is on it. I think for me, if target shooting is a blast, whether it's paper target or 3D target, I will hands down tell you every time 3D target's the best for me. I love shooting 3D target more than anything. So again, the weight of the bow is 3.3 pounds. The draw weight is going to be anywhere from 5 to 65 pounds. Like I said, mine's about 50 to 55 pounds. See, Josie says, JBT, it doesn't have to be fancy. Just make sure that it's used from reliable person. Exactly. People might crack. Yeah, exactly. That's one thing. Josie's absolutely correct on that. Make sure your bow is in sound condition. Even if you know that you've used it all. Hi, Cora. How are you? Papa loves you too, sweetheart. Thanks for joining, honey. My granddaughter, she's always watching me. She's one probably a big fan of mine too. I appreciate that, Cora. Thank you. Um, Join a bow club or an archery. That, you know what? That's not a bad idea. In past practices, though, I will tell you, Lee, that can be expensive. They can be expensive, especially if you're getting into a lot of competition and things like that. But again, if you just want to go out there and have fun, just get something that you know is going to be good. Yeah, there you go. Another thing too, JBT, What I did was I actually got fitted for mine. Yeah, no, good idea. Good idea, JBT. I actually got fitted for my bow. So if you can find an archery shop that sells them, that allows you to shoot, if they have an area where you can actually practice shooting all that, yeah, definitely have them size you up because that to me was a game changer. To me, it's like you just don't pick up a bow and start shooting. Now you don't want to do that. If you can find them that they can fit the bow exactly to what you need and your parameters, you'll be much better for it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And you're going to enjoy that bow shooting experience a lot more. Definitely, definitely, great idea. Now, the thing that I thought was kind of interesting, the speed on the bow that I have goes 300 feet per second. Now, that may not seem like a lot to some who actually really get into bow shooting. I don't know. To me, that's pretty darn fast. 300 square feet per second. That's pretty good for me. Let's see here. Zyro says they got those ones with those suction cups on the ends of them. JPD, those cups would be good for you. Zyro. Oh, poor guy. Folks, I love the humor in here. It's great. It's great. The dollar store special. That's funny. Solo says in the toy section, hey, those toy bow and arrows can be dangerous. I'm telling you. Oh, yes, by far. Indeed, Lee. The 3D ranges are the best, I think. You know, I would love to one day be able to buy a couple of 3D targets. I think they're phenomenal. I'll be honest with you, though, I cannot believe the prices that they're asking for these things. They're expensive. I mean, my local outdoor stop out here wants like $400, $500, $600 for a small one. They're crazy. They're so crazy. But I mean, overall though, yeah. So again, my specific bow that I shoot goes 300 feet per second, which I think is pretty good. I really do. From axle to axle, we're looking about 31 inches. Okay, we're looking about 31 inches, which is not bad. Oh, I know, right? It is crazy. It's insane. Geez, I didn't realize that they actually went that fast. They even go faster depending on how much draw you got on that thing. So hey, JBT Solo says you want to be Cupid for Valentine's. That's right, Valentine's is coming up, isn't it? Holy cow! What, 13 more days, folks? We're already into February, and it's just a brand new year. Where is this time going? It's just flying by, isn't it? Flying by. Now, one of the things, folks, let me share something with you real quick. Let me go to my man closet, as I call it. I want to grab something real quick. I want to show you something. I want to show you something. Let's see if I can find it. All right, I think I found it. Very good. A few tricks of the trade that I've learned to use as I get more and more into my craft, per se. Now, folks, I am one that I will tell you, I am one for remembering the moment as much as I can. Oh, you wonder what it is? Josie, I think you and Mr. J will like this. For all you fine folks out there who bow shoot, I think you're going to love this. I am a 100% person who loves to be able to remember everything that I do. Okay? This, oh, you're going to love this, guys. You're going to love this. He's asleep. Oh, tell him hi for me when he wakes up. He must have worked late today, huh, Josie? All right, so check this out. Are you ready? Here it comes. Folks, this beautiful piece of machinery right here is a digital high def 1080p, probably even 4K for all I know, digital video camera that goes on the end of your bow. It goes on the end of your bow. Okay. This thing takes beautiful, beautiful shots video wise. Okay. Beautiful shot video wise. Kind of sharing it with you. I am a 100% fan of having these types of items. And I'll tell you why. Because when I used to duck hunt, okay, I had a camouflaged digital camera that would mount. Yes, that is correct. That is correct, Josie. Isn't it, Zyro? It's pretty lit. I love that thing. Indeed. I love that thing. Um, I don't know if I'm really considered a techie guy, but when it comes to hunting, I want to remember the moment as long as I can. And every time I go back and watch the videos, even with my duck hunting, it takes me back to the memories of it's such good memories. And I want to make more of them, even with fishing. Okay, even with fishing, I just want to keep everything on video and pictures. That's so cool. I didn't even know they. Oh yeah, oh yeah, Josie. I will tell you, there's not anything that they don't make for hunting now. They don't. I mean, and the nice thing about this, they say that this item here will fit just about most bows. It'll probably even fit yours and Mr. J's. Now, when I purchased this, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh, guys. I purchased this about 6 years ago. It's still in the box. Yes, it's still in the box. Yeah, Josie. Yeah, I think I would probably say about moderately priced. It was $300. $300. The digital cam that I did for my shotgun was about 150 to 180. Then I think the reason why this one was more money was one, you're buying you're purchasing at a bow shop, which it's their right. I have no problem with that. They're going to upsell it. I have no problem with that because that's their business, and I believe in selling or buying local. So again, and the only reason why I did buy this was because I love to shop local, keep local businesses going, and it was a bow shop. Muddy Waters, how are you? Thanks for joining tonight. So again, it was a little expensive, but I'll tell you what, I already know how these things work. I've done research on them through YouTube. It's an amazing piece of equipment that's going to enhance your target practicing if you choose to go that route, or even more so your hunting. The thing that you'll probably need to work on with is because it is a little bit weighted on it. You're going to have to adjust your doinker or your weights in the front a little bit more. Now, folks, if you know what a doinker is, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's that piece that sticks out at the front of the bow to give you balance. Yeah, so you'll have to adjust that out depending on how it is. It is a little high, Josie. It is a little high. You might be able to find them now a little bit cheaper because as modern technology advances more and more, things do go down in price. But overall, though, yeah, it is what it is, you know. Yeah, I always tell people the only difference between adults and children is the price of our toys. Let's face it, that's a known fact. That's okay, Josie. You know what though? I guarantee you, if you're to go look on the internet, I guarantee you're going to find something comparable that'll do just as good, if not better. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being tight with money. You know what? There's not. Um, is it something that I would just go buy myself on a whim? No, no. I will tell you, I was hunting probably 15 to 20 years before I bought my very first rangefinder, my digital rangefinder. And the only reason why I waited so long was because the price was good, and the rangefinder that I did buy was actually designed for archery hunting. Also, it would give me wind directions, arch directions. I mean, it would give me everything. It's a Vortex. They normally retail for about 500. I was able to get it for three. So yeah, it was good. Hey, so have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining. Appreciate that. Oh, Muddy Waters. There you go. Tack cam. That hey, you know what? That's where I bought my very first tack cam. Was it Walmart? Indeed. That's the very first one I ever bought was at a Walmart. So yeah, Josie, check those stores out. Check out Walmart, Sam's Club, whatever the case may be. It's sad to say that a lot of your specialty stores like Big Five, your specialty stores, whether they're hunting stores or archery stores, they're going to upcharge it. They're going to make their money on it and upsell you. I guarantee it. I guess it just depends on, do you want it bad enough or not? And like I said, you don't have to. If you can find it on Amazon that's cheaper and it does the same thing, by all means, do it. I'm a firm believer in saving money. I'll tell you what. Oh, see, there you go. Now you found the fancy one, the bone collector for 60, and the one that was at Walmart for 160. See, it's just you. If I have to stress this enough, everyone, research is key. And me knowing me, I get to be very impatient at times. I do. That's probably one of my defective flaws is that I'm very impatient. If I see something that I want, and my wife will tell you this, she'll tell you this. I'm glad she's patient with me because I remember my wife walked into my closet one day and she says, her exact words to me were, "Where did you buy it? When did you buy all this? And when did you get it?" And I'm like, "Well, baby, I bought it this and this. You don't remember?" She goes, "No." So um, I'm one of those kind of individuals. If I see a good deal, I try and snatch it up as quick as I can. But I'm also knowing that um, if it may be the last one that they're not going to sell it anymore, and it's come down in price, yeah, I will definitely try and snatch it up if I can, for sure. No, no, no. Believe it or not, it doesn't, Lee. Most of your digital cam, and that's a good point. Um, Lee just said with the releasing Riera, it will mess up the video. Most of your high definition camera systems like that now, Lee, are there are um, motion controlled. There you go. I had to think about what I was going to say for a minute. It's like a lot of your GoPros now, they are built in where they have sensors that can actually keep your GoPro stable to where even if you're bouncing around off roading and stuff like that, your picture and your quality video is just going to be straight, like you're just gliding over it. Same thing with that. So yeah, yeah, no, Lee, that's a good point though. Maybe back in the old days it did do the things like that, but nowadays no, not so much anymore. Technology has gotten so advanced in things now that I mean, you can get video cameras that do everything in 4K for like pennies on the dollar now. I just purchased a couple of I think they call them Romy cameras. Here, let me show you one real quick. I just picked up a couple of these not too long ago. And let's see, who makes them? I want to say Romy. I could be wrong though. But check it out though. I just picked up a couple of these not too long ago. Okay. These are a fraction of the cost and they come with their own case too. I mean, literally, they come with their own case. With the clip, they can actually fit on everything that the GoPro has. Thank you, motion stabilizer. There you go, Invisible Wrench. Hey, thanks for that. Appreciate that. I knew what I meant. I just couldn't remember it. Thank you for bringing it to memory, though. But again, check it out, folks. These things are a fraction of the cost of the GoPro. Yes. Yes. Josie says, hey, don't get your coat hung in your cam string. Yeah. Josie, I remember that. Well, you were able to fix that, right? I sure hope so. I felt so bad for you. I really felt bad for you. Yeah, exactly, Zyro. So these here now, everybody knows that your GoPros start at a minimum, depending on the number of them. I have a GoPro 8. When I first bought mine about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, they were almost $400. To me, I thought that was kind of pricey, but I wanted to take good quality videos. And doing the off-road thing, I had the ability of mounting it on my. Oh, you did Invisible Ranch? Yeah, they're pretty good cameras from everything I've read about them and seen. For the fraction of the cost, they're amazing. Oh, cool. I'm glad they did that. They did it for free? That's even better. All right. That's even better, Josie. I'm glad you were able to get that thing taken care of. Man, that sucked, man. I felt so bad for you. I really did. Chickens don't seem to mind the freezing temps. Yeah, invisible river. So these things are pretty cool. So, and I was saying, GoPros can be expensive. I picked this up for about 150, if that. If that. I mean, it does everything that a GoPro does at the fraction of the cost. It really is an inexpensive issue. You know, you have the ability of putting your card in there. It comes with batteries. It comes with chargers. It comes with a protective case, waterproof case. It comes with everything. So again, you can't beat that. You really can't, especially if you're trying to go do a lot of video with your channel. You can't beat that. Oh, indeed, the waterproof case is very nice. Very nice. So again, one of the things going back to some of the things that I got. Now, this item that I have here, for those of you who know what this basically is a bow stand. No, exactly. If you lose them, you're right. You're right. This here is a bow stand. You clip it onto your bow at the base, and then you have the ability of having it stand for you at a cant. Great item to have. Great item to have. Now, this little item here that I have, folks, you may recognize this little item here. Okay. I like to call this the Schwacker blade installer and removal. You can tell how the blades go in there. Lord knows you don't want to do it by hand. This is going to protect your fingers from cutting them. Guarantee you're going to want one of these if you do those Schwacker type blades, whether it's a 3-blade or 4-blade. These things will save your fingertips. You want to make sure you have all your fingers by the time you're done. Okay? Over the years, I've learned about some things I've watched people do in videos that I've watched people do, and yeah, I'm not doing that. Yo, it is pretty cool, isn't it? Thank you, Josie. Appreciate that. Now, compliments of the bow shop. Exactly. Finger savers. Exactly. Compliments of the bow shop because I used to spend a lot of time there shooting. They gave me my very own wrench for my bow. My very own wrench. So if I have to say, I want to give a huge shout out to Riverside Archery in the city where I used to go get my stuff at. Compliments of them. Appreciate that. Then you have the regular Allen wrench kit that you want. This nice, beautiful unit here. Oh, yes, it is indeed, Josie. Indeed. Now, this other one that I have here is a combination of different types of Allen wrenches. This is the one tool that I can use on everything that I need on my bow can be done with this one tool here. Whether I'm adjusting pins, adjusting cams, whatever the case may be, I can do it all with this one tool. It's amazing how that works. Okay. One thing that I really recommend for those of you who do a lot of target shooting. Oh, it is. JBT, it's very much a lifesaver. Indeed. One thing that I do recommend for those of you who do a lot of bow shooting, an arrow retriever. An arrow retriever. I cannot tell you how many times I've actually had to go up to a target and try and extract my arrow out. Yeah, it was not working at all. This was a game changer. You clamp it around the base of the shaft there and you yank her out. You yank it out. Best investment. Sadly enough, these things are not the cheapest on Amazon. I think I paid $50, $50 for it. Yeah, Josie, you definitely need one. You definitely need one. It'll save your hands a lot of pain and a lot of heartache. I promise you. $50 for this. They may have coming down in price now. You can get different variations of it, but I ended up doing the metal aluminum one because to me it was stronger and a lot more durable. So yeah, Amazon. Amazon, where you want to find this at. Okay. See what else I've got in here. Oh yeah. Last but not least, last but not least, your clip to draw back your line, your string on to release. Okay. Love these things. Yes, I do have it. Indeed. The release. Exactly, Zyro. And I do have string wax. Indeed. Yes. String wax is very important. It's very important every so often go in there and wax up the strings to keep them fresh, as I like to say. So, yep, the release is what you want. Now, here's an interesting thing, folks. I don't know whether it's me or whether I'm just the oddball of the family, but here's the thing about it. When I shoot, like say if I shoot, whether it's rifle or handgun, whatever, I'm a left-handed shooter, right? I do everything left-handed. But the funny thing is when I bow shoot, I'm the opposite. I shoot right-handed. I'm left eye dominant, but yet when I bow shoot, I become right eye dominant. It's weird how that works like that. I don't know how that works like that. So, folks, tell me, does anybody do the same that I do? Oh, I'm doing fine, Dylan. Thank you. Hope you're doing well also. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I I thought for sure I'd be a left-handed bow shooter. Nope. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that crazy, Josie? I left-hand everything in life for the most part because that's my dominant side. But yet, when it comes to bow shooting, whether it's hunting, target, or anything, I right-hand shoot. Yeah, yeah, that's true, Zyro. You're absolutely right. We are capable of much more. Exactly. It's whether I think a lot of times, even for myself personally, I don't always push the limits, that I could probably do a lot more. I mean, I've always felt that I was pretty an adventurous guy, but yeah. Wait a minute. Zyro, is it 28 degrees right now in Florida? Are you kidding me? Wow. Oh, no kidding. Wow, Muddy Waters. Okay, so you kind of understand that. Yeah. Isn't that weird how that works? Wow, Zyro, so it really is 28 degrees where you live. Holy cow. Oh, yeah, I bet it is in Maryland. Indeed, Leland. It's very, very, very cold right now. Folks, I don't want to tell you what we heard today because you might get upset. Okay, I'll tell you. We were a comfortable 75 degrees here today. 75 degrees in Arizona today, folks. I was just on the lake tonight with my son testing the boat out. Wow. No kidding. Wow. I can't believe it. We it's comfortable 75 degrees. Now, am I gonna say the winter's gone? No. I just think that we didn't get hit as hard as we normally would. Last year we were colder for longer, it seems like. But again, yeah. So finishing up on some of the more stats on this, the nice thing about the type of bow that I have is it comes either with a 3-pin sight or a 5-pin sight. Yeah, you were at 75 degrees today too, Josie? Yeah, we were here too. Oh, you want 75 degrees. You can have some of ours. I'll send it. So with my bow specifically though, I can do either a 3-pin sight or a 5-pin. I tend to favor more the 5-pin sight because the fact is I can get longer distances in increments. So whether I start at maybe 20 or 30 yards, bump it up to maybe 50, and then maybe 60 or 70, it gives me that benefit. Cesaro says, I think just gonna be cold tomorrow, below freezing, then like 40s, 50s, and 60s. Freezing. Okay, so it sounds like you guys might starting to get warm. Wow. I lived in Florida and I don't ever remember being that cold there. I think there was one time when I lived there that we had a freeze where all the oranges were damaged. But man, whew. Okay, another thing I like about the bow that I have is that it has a what they call a brush style arrow rest. Arrow rest. Um, I'm assuming that's what they call the biscuit. So the whisker biscuit on that thing, where you actually can put your you can when you put your arrow down there and you have it resting in there, that's pretty much probably what that means. I'm talking about. Mine came with a 4 arrow quiver set, which came with it, which I thought was kind of nice. Um, a 5-inch stabilizer, which it came with, which I'm pretty happy about. And it came with a diamond. Now I'm sure most bows come with the actual wrist strapping on them. I'm not sure if they all do. See, Josie says, I only have one pin because my arrow starts dropping at 25 yards, so I won't shoot past there. Oh, you only have one pin on yours? So you don't go no farther than 25 yards on yours, Josie? Am I reading that correct, Josie? I'm sorry. It says I only have one pin because my arrow starts dropping after 25 yards. Oh, okay, I see. So I won't shoot past there. So, Josie, let me ask a question. Do you have the ability if you oh, you know what? You're right. Okay, I know where you're going with that now. You only have the one. That's why you don't go any higher than that. Okay. But if you were to put a 3 pin or 5 pin, you could adjust that accordingly, correct? That's what I'm thinking. Now, if you were to change the pin set on that, Josie, can you dictate differently for your yardage? I'm sure you could. It may not be a bad idea to think about maybe doing a 3 pin or 5 pin if your bow can accommodate that. Never seen icicles on a spigot, Zyro? Oh, I've seen them, just not in Florida. Yeah, Josie, try it. I don't know. I just maybe food for thought. Maybe if you want to change it out, it might give you more of an advantage. Yeah. So as I was saying, I don't know. Probably most bows come with a wrist strap on them. Mine did. I would imagine they all do. Maybe some don't. But I think yeah, no problem. No problem, Josie. But I think yeah, majority of them probably end up coming that way. Which to me, in the event that it helps me to hold on to that bow a lot better when I have that strap around the arm. Now, I just kind of wrote a couple of notes down for it, thinking that, bow shooting is good for target practicing. Again, like I stated, folks, my favorite one to do is going to be 3D targets all day long, all day long. Oh, you know what? Another one? Let's see here. What does Lee say? Lee says it lessens the confusion to only have one pin. I agree with Josie. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. No, I don't disagree with that. And you know what? You're absolutely right, Lee. I cannot tell you how many times that I've had multiple pins that I literally had forgotten what my yardages were at some point. Unless I shoot it on a regular, consistent basis all the time, and it's set for those parameters all the time. Because again, folks, for those of you who shoot bow, know that your ranges are always going to change. It's never going to be a set pattern all the time as far as distance. Um, yeah, I've done that. I've done that, and it took me a minute to realize too that the way, say a rifle, when you're sighting your scope in, it is completely different than it is sighting your bow in. It's the opposite, believe it or not, and it's just really interesting on how that works out like that. It took me a minute for my brain to remember, hey, opposite, opposite. So yeah, there's been many times, even with target practicing, where I thought I was right on spot and ended up messing it up big time. So I normally will start out at a range probably anywhere from 20 to 30 yards, and then make my increments either 5 to 10 yards each pin. Um, you know, one of the places that I used to do bow shooting at, competition bow shooting at, was up here, this city up here, about 45 minutes away or so. Um, they only allowed, because that's all they could afford at that time with the building that they had, was a minimum of 10 yards. I don't know. To me, that made me kind of uncomfortable, because when you like my bow, if it's going 300 feet a square minute or 300 feet per second, I'm not comfortable shooting into building at 10 yards, because if I miss and it comes back and the arrow comes back at me, that's kind of an uncomfortable feeling. So I've only done a couple of competitions doing that because of that. And that's probably one of the main reasons why I don't do them like that anymore. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. If you're 20 feet or 20 yards or more out, in like a real competitive bow shooting, yeah, it's worth it. I definitely need to go to the city that's there's a city that's near me about an hour or so away called Havasu, and they have a phenomenal archery center out there, outdoor bow center and everything. It's just amazing, and they do a lot of competitive bow shooting out there. So that's something I may want to check into. I probably need to find out what the cost of that to become a member is, because again, with membership, does have the benefits of being able to go out there and shoot, and some of the perks of even having your bow worked on. So as a member there, big fan of it. Love bow shooting, indeed. Well, folks, I'm excited, man. I'm super excited. I got the boat finally on the water. My son and I took it out tonight. This is the first time it's been out on the water for quite a while. See, Joseph says the only place we have other than the woods, you can't shoot broadheads. No. Oh, for target practice, I wouldn't shoot broadheads anyway, Josie. You might damage them. That's just me. I mean, I don't know what you guys do, but for me, I wouldn't. I use basically just target tips. Right. Um, hey, Rude, how are you? So, Josie, let me ask you something. During deer season, you were using broadheads? Ah, okay, I got you, Josie. I got you. What? How many grain arrows you using, Josie? Rude is in the house. Welcome, Rude. Glad to have you here, my friend. Hey, don't take it personal, man. I'm good. I'm all good. No problem. Sorry, Josie. Appreciate you letting me know, though. Yeah, no, it's all good, man. Folks, I am so close to the 3,000. YouTube is just making it so difficult for me to get it. Folks, I don't normally beg. I normally do not beg, but please, can you folks help me get to 3,000? I really would appreciate it. I'm like 180 away, I think, 181 or something away from it. It's been so hard to get the 3,000 mark. I'm trying so hard, guys. Folks, probably the only time I'll ever beg. Please help me get to that 3,000 hour mark. I would love to get past that. I would love to move on to the next chapter if we could. It is so tough. Normally, it'll tell you right on the shaft, Josie. Thank you, Rude. I appreciate it, man. Again, folks, like I said, I normally don't beg. I really don't. But I'll tell you, if you guys could push me over the 3,000 mark, I would love it. Yeah, Lee, that's actually really good. That's actually you're correct on that one. I don't practice that often because I don't. A lot of times I won't unless I know it's getting ready to be hunting season. I'll start using more of the broadheads. But for regular, no, I just use regular tip for practicing. But yeah, you're absolutely right on that one, Lee. You should always practice what you're going to hunt with. Indeed, 100% agree with that. Out in the state that I used to live in, I think we went to 6 competitions a year, and they were weekend long ones indeed. Okay, yeah, that's a good. No, that's a good arrow. You got a good carbon one, 6.5 millimeter carbon, 500. That's a good arrow. Yes, Lee, it's very important. Your fletching is so important. Yeah, overall though, you know what? And it's interesting because I never knew a lot about arrows until I really started getting into them. I didn't know about grains and things like that, the weight, the counterweight, the balance, the fletching, the carbon fill, the frame. I mean, it's just there's so much detail to arrows. It's just incredible. I mean, it's like for those of you who actually shoot, like pew pew shoot, There's a whole variance of breakdown of the ammo style, the grain, the powder, the tip, the velocity. I mean, it's just like the same with that with arrows, except in a different format. No, that's okay. That's okay. No, and I'm sure they took good care of you. I'm sure they did. They're out there to make you happy, and they want to make you happy because they want to see you come back in. One, they want to make everybody proficient in bow shooting, and two, when you're happy, you're going to want to shoot more, and you're going to go back. That's the way that works. I know that when I feel good about my shots and I'm doing real well with bow shooting, I feel comfortable going back to them because I know they'll take care of me and hook me up. There's been a few times that I've actually had to take mine in and have my peep realigned. Um, the last time when I got this bow restrung just about a year ago, the peep sight wasn't good, and I had to go back in there and told them, look, I just make it, please fix it for me. I had it restrung here some time ago, and the gentleman who did it for me, great guy, good friend of mine. I don't fault him for it, but he didn't get the peep sight properly the way I needed it to be. And I took it back in there, and they ended up doing it for me and fixed it right up free of charge. See, that's when you know that that's when you know you have a great customer business relationship. When you can go in there and you know them on a first name basis and you can just talk like you've known each other for years, to me, that's what it's all about. That's what makes me happy about small mom and pop shops because you get to know them, they get to know you, they know what your likes are, what you don't like, and how to fix your bow, what arrows you need, all that good stuff. I love stuff like that. Oh, no kiddingly? Wow. Aluminum arrows and you were fletching your own. Wow. Boy, you know what? There's a lot to be said about, I won't use antique because that's not a proper term. There's a lot to be said about bows from the past, especially like the very first compound bow or even recurve bows. There's a lot to be said about them. To me, I don't know. To me, bow hunting it's a very romantic sport, if that makes sense. To me, it's a very romantic sport because, like I said, it puts you one on one with the game that you're seeking, and it gives that game the fair advantage, and it makes you have to work harder for that game. And when you finally do take that game, you learn to appreciate it more. That's how I look at it. I mean, anybody can shoot a rifle how many yards you need to. Not a big deal. Nothing wrong with it. I think rifle hunting is amazing. I love it. But there's something to be said about bow shooting though, for sure, especially when it comes to hunting. Oh, somebody getting ready to plant. All right. Nice. Nice. You want to talk about your wood arrows? Hey, arrows are arrows, right, my friend? And you know what? I here's the thing. I find history so fascinating. I would love to see how the Indians way back in the day did it because they used them. They used wooden arrows. They made their arrow tips out of stone, out of rock. Yeah, I love stuff like that. I love history. I actually sat one day here about maybe 6 months ago watching the history of fishing. Just love seeing how fish was caught when the very first fishing pole, things like that. It's just amazing how stuff like that happens. Just amazes me how that works and how much we've evolved since then. Hey, Mud Lotus, how are you? Mud Cat Lotus. Boy, it's been a minute since I've seen you. How are you, my friend? Not much, man. We're just sitting here chilling, relaxing, talking about bow shooting and kind of sharing with everybody my bow that I have. I have a diamond compound. Love that thing. Here, folks. Here's the real question. For those of us who fish, we know that one fishing pole is never enough. We know that one lure is never enough. We know that one fishing tackle box is never enough. We know that even Pew Pew's one is never enough, right? We have varieties of sizes, shapes, forms, and everything. But is one bow enough or is it not enough? That's the question. That's funny. Oh, nice, my cat Lotus. Awesome. I just got mine out on the water tonight for the first time, so I'm happy. Indeed. Josie, is that question for me? Oh, okay. Um, I may be pushing it really, really. I mean, this month is a closing down for getting tags in for elk, so that may not be even a thing for me this year. But probably deer for sure. Deer for sure, and I'll probably do over the counter archery. Probably do over the counter archery because I found out recently. I probably shared this with you guys before on the channel that even on my property where I'm at in Seligman, I talked to the game and fish the game warden out there, and they told me basically as long as there was no structures on the property, that were like domicile structures and stuff like that, I could legally hunt on my property with bow. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, me too. Me too. I plan to do some lives while I'm scouting. I finally got this satellite thing figured out, and I just got to figure out a way to mount it somehow in my off-road vehicle because I have what we have a four-wheel. You may have seen it, Josie. I had that four-seater side by side. I got to figure out a way to mount that satellite system on there so I can actually go live and stuff like that. Yeah, it'd be fun. But I mean, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. During the summertime, I don't ever take it out. It sits because it's so blazing hot out here. During the summertime, all the off-road toys get put away for the summer. That's when we break out the boats and the kayaks and the canoes and everything else, right? During the wintertime, the boats kind of stay out there for a little bit still, as long as the winds aren't super fierce out here in the wintertime, um, or even the kayaks. But that's when the off-road toys do come out. Now, folks, let me ask you a question. And please give me some honest feedback on this because I really need to know. My wife and I were talking about she would like me to start doing videos of places that we go to that are, um, well, that have some significance to like say, I didn't want to create a channel that would be where we go to towns and we go to places. And I did, Jim. I actually did. The boat was out on the water today. I'm gonna get ready to probably post that video in the next day or so. I just took like a small video type of it, but yeah, it did. The boat did get on the water. It still got a little bit of residual bad gas in there for the most part, but it ran strong. It ran really strong today, which I'm happy about. So it's just a matter of blowing all that garbage out. It'll pass. It'll pass. But as I was saying, folks, my wife and I we've been talking about, and my wife has a great idea. I just did not want this channel to be like a documentary of places that we go to. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to be if we go to a new location to give a little bit of the history about it, but on the same token, to find out what was exciting about that place and what was there to do in that place or location. Folks, what is your thoughts on that? Let me know. Let me know because I don't want to take away from what we like to watch, but on the same token, I think this channel does have possibility for growth. And I think my wife has a great idea. I really truly do. I just need to think, I was kind of thinking what everybody thought about it. I wanted to say what everybody thought about it. So give me your input. What do you think? Yay or nay on that? Because I mean, we literally live like maybe 30 minutes or less from an old mining town. I mean, literally, where there's still mines out there that, they're abandoned from like 100 years ago. And we can go out there, and there's a city that when you drive through it, it literally looks like an old Western town from the 1800s. I mean, I would love to go out there and do something about that. I just want to know what you guys' feedback is on it. because it seems like a lot of people on YouTube do that kind of stuff. I just didn't want to be one of those generic type channels that do that. I'd like my channel to have some substance and some good stuff. Okay. So far, we've got one on board with it. All right, Josie. Very good. Because, like I said, the area where we live in, guys, there is a lot of history out here. There is a lot of history out here. Um, Gosh, we have an area out here, what we call Cool Springs. Oh, yeah. You know what, Mudcat? That is correct. That's not a bad idea. Hmm. Mudcat says it sounds like a great idea. I should take a metal detector out there. Does that mean I get to buy a new toy? Yes, a new toy. Oh, wait a minute. The wife might be watching this. I got to be careful. Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. That's a great idea. Yeah. All right. Thanks. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Lee says, we enjoy going to Gettysburg. We'll never be able to see it at all. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. You got to go to Gettysburg, Lee? Wow, that would be awesome. I would love to go there. Josie says, I have a mine under my house, has a billion gallon tank from when they hit water. Oh, no kidding? Wow, Josie, you're kidding me. So Josie says she has a mine under her house that has a billion-gallon tank, a billion-gallon lake from when they hit. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, Josie, you should put that out there. All right. Okay. So, okay. I think this could take off. I think it could be a good idea then. Like I said, I wasn't sure. My wife has a great idea. I believe that. I just wasn't sure how it would be received, you know? And again, I just didn't want it to be one of those run of the mill channels where we're traveling and we're documenting and we're sharing. But, you know, it may not be a bad idea. Now, not too far from where I live here now, I can literally see it from my house. We have See here, what Zyro say? It says adventure died, the cave, and go live Josie. The adventure adventure died, go live Josie. Seems like a good spot for some. Oh my gosh. You know what, Zyro? I'm gonna tell you, do you know how much gold is out here? Oh my word. There is so much gold out here, it's unreal. That we still have an actual active mine out here right now that they just recently, about 2 or 3 years ago, I found out they just struck another vein, another major vein of gold. So they were hiring a lot of people out here from all over the world out here to mine the gold out of here. I remember some time ago, I was out with my family and we were out doing some pew pew shooting out in the desert, just doing some target practice. And I heard the biggest explosion I've ever heard. I'm like, what the heck was that? That's when I found out that yeah, there's an active gold mine still going on. See, Josie says people have died diving down there. I'm not doing it. They used to do it tours, but I think it's shut down now. Yeah, don't do that. That would be awesome, but yeah, don't chance it. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm not that guy either. Not doing it. We've got a lot of abandoned mines out here that are been blocked off. Some of them can be questionable, no doubt, but overall, though, you know what's really cool out here too is in the middle of the desert, you will find tin cans that date all the way back from the 1920s, if not earlier, out here in our desert. And you could tell a lot of these areas where they actually did mine back in the day, they're just cans and cans and cans stacked up in piles everywhere. So yeah, um, a lot of rich history. Oh yeah, as I was saying earlier, just down the street here from where I live, folks, I probably shared this before with you guys in a video. My town was not always called Bullhead City. We didn't get incorporated until 1984. They had the walk-in tours at the top of the area was still open. They tried to add fish, most died. Ooh. So I wonder if the water's contaminated, Josie. I wonder if that may be why. So probably a quarter of a mile or so from where I live, I can see we have a cemetery up here down the road. Now, like I said, Bullhead City was incorporated in 1984. It was not originally called Bullhead City. It was originally founded as Hardyville. Hardyville. And the original founders of this city or town are actually buried about a quarter of a mile from where I can see, from where my house is. And yeah, it's not. I mean, I can still see it where the American flag flies over there. So yeah, a lot of history in this town. A lot of history in the town away from me. Oatman's got a lot of history. Kingman's got a lot of history. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of history everywhere out here. We have museums out here. We've got a lot of great food establishments out here. Oh yeah, it's really cool. I mean, when I first moved out, here's the thing. When I years ago, I've always wanted to move to Arizona. When I thought of Arizona, it reminded me as a child when I used to read a lot of Western books. One of my favorite Western authors was Zane Grey. And I read a lot of his Western books. I just loved his material. And it always reminded me of Arizona. And as I'm reading the books, I could visualize in my mind what it looked like. And it reminded me a lot of Arizona. So I've always wanted to move here and live here, even as a young boy. And I finally ended up moving here. I thought it was great. See, yeah, Zyro, Metal Detective is fun. I have one too. Wow. Man, you know what? Y'all got me intrigued on that one now. I might think about getting one. Talk to the wife and see if she'd be cool with it. You never know, man. You never know what you might find out here. Because some of these metal detectors can actually pick up silver and gold. Now, silver what? Silver's $100 an ounce right now. Gold is what? $5,000 an ounce? Yeah, so it's kind of cool. Folks, I appreciate each and every one of you guys following me tonight here on the channel. Appreciate that. I see Nightbot is working every so often. I've got to get with Rod to see if we can critique it and tweak it a little bit. Let's see here. Zyro says, I use it at the farm, just dug up some chains and a bunch of nails. Ah, but hey, it did find them though. Hey, maybe they were nails from way back when. Oh, wait a minute. In your yard? Yeah, possibly. See, Josie says, I haven't found much, but a few cool things and and nails and more nails. So you guys, so all you guys actually have metal detectors too, huh? Wow, that's kind of cool. I think that might be something fun to do. Me and the wife should get some. That'd be awesome. I think even my son has one. I know my son at one time was wanting to get into panning for gold. I know he bought everything, but unfortunately, I think he may have lost everything when they had that fire that they had. Yeah, well, I felt so bad when they had that fire. I'm glad everything worked out though. I'm glad they were all safe. There you go, Zyro. Exactly. Zyro, here's the deal. You take out your metal detector, more, and I'll take my boat out more. Get that thing on the water a lot more. There we go. Bandersnatch flies, how are you? Thanks for joining tonight, my friend. Glad to have you here. Oh, hang on a second here. What did Josie say? I found a coin from when Hardee's was called Burger Chef or Burger Chef. It was a 5 cent off or a free burger. If that says how old, oh, I remember hearing Burger Chef. I remember hearing about the place. You'll trade me, Zyro? Folks, if I have a hard time reading, I apologize. I'm getting ready to get new glasses. I go for my doctor appointment for eyes this month. I'm pretty excited about it. Let's see. We walked about the Ohio Railroad tracks, picking up glass insulators from the. Oh my gosh! You know what? You guys, they still have glass insulators out there. That's amazing. I remember those as a kid. Oh, hey, Gene, how are you? I didn't realize that was you. This is the same Gene that fished with me, right? Yeah, I think it might be the same Gene. Gene, how are you, my friend? The Mind Lab Extra Pro is a good, inexpensive metal detector. Oh, here, let me screenshot that. Well, hang on, went too fast, darn it. Got it. I'm gonna have to check that one out. Yeah, indeed. Oh, okay. Hey, Welcome, welcome, man. Glad you're on here tonight. It's good to talk with you again, buddy. Hey, I had a really good time when you came out fishing, man. We got to do it again soon. Maybe I should see if I can still get a free burger. Hey, that's right. They may still honor that. You never know. Shoot. Coupons don't expire. Why can't coins? Talking about burgers, y'all making me hungry now. Come on. Oh, you know what sounds good right now? Some White Castle. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How have you been, my man? Oh, a double Whopper. Woo! Extra cheese. Yeah, Gene, we had the boat out tonight. Me and Jared took the boat out tonight. It's been sitting for a little while. I had some mechanical issues that were finally working out, and it's running a lot stronger now. I'm really happy about it. Had to do some maintenance on it, but yeah, it's running a lot stronger, so I'm pretty excited about it. See, no doubt, I'm more than up for it. Yes, exactly, exactly. I'm glad you were able to catch some strike, my friend. I'm glad you were able to get some fish that night you were here. That's amazing. I'm glad you had a good time. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, faithful misfit. Intermittent fasting. I'm sorry. I know we shouldn't talk about food, but man, White Castle is amazing. Josie says, "Oh man, I love a good bacon burger. Oh, tell me about it. Ooh, you don't get no better than a bacon burger." See, Zyro says, "I'm eating peanut butter M&Ms. Hey, my favorite, Zyro. My favorite. Yeah, man. I'm glad you were able to get some hooked up on some fish out there. Oh yeah, they are. You know what? Another one is y'all may know them as Hardee's. Out where I used to live, they were called Carl's Jr. In fact, they're called Carl's Jr. here in Arizona even. But I think on the west or east coast, I should say they're called Hardee's. Their chicken Swiss sandwiches was one of my favorites too. See, Bandersnatch Fly says it was nice, except when I tripped. I forgot about that. You did trip, but you know what though? It made great content. But I'm glad you're okay though. I'm glad you're okay. Hey, if you get a chance, check out my one video because I actually fell at the marina. Ooh, apple pie with vanilla ice cream here. Oh, hey, Lee, apple pie with ice cream with cheddar with a slice of cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar cheese. Y'all may say that's gross, but I'm telling you, it's like the best. Josie says, "Oh, thanks, Zyro. I have a Syrah- I have a Camarillo. You reminded me. Oh, you got candy, Carmelo. First in like 30 years. Really? Well, hey, that's not bad for that's the first time in 30 years, buddy. Yeah, you got to check out the other video I did. It's in my playlist, Gene. I literally was out fishing one day and I literally fell. I fell. Didn't get hurt, but I fell. Oh yeah, Josie, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yes. Yeah, see, Zyro, you agree with me on the cheese? Indeed. At least I think you do. Okay, check it out. Check it out. Here's something that you all may know about and you may not. Has any one of you ever heard of a food product called Scrabble? Scrapple. Okay. Oh, you're not talking about the cheese? Or you've never heard of Scrapple? Now, do I have anybody here from Pennsylvania? Scrapple. Yes, exactly. Scrapple. Anybody on here from Pennsylvania? I know I had one gentleman on here earlier. So, um, it is big in the state. Okay, so real country fishing. You're from PA, right? I don't know. I thought it was some game. No, 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 no. You're no. That isn't no. It's Scrapple. Oh, there we go. Lee knows what I'm talking about. Lee knows what I'm talking about. Indeed, you do, brother. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Scrapple, Scrapple, is it's a combination of different types of meats, livers, and it's rendered down into like a thick sauce. And when it cools, it hardens. And you can put it like in a thin cake pan or a decent sized cake pan. Indeed. Oh, yeah. Lee, you're talking my game, brother. You are talking my game. And you can cube it. Ah, see, there you go. Oh, no, no, no. Scrapple is amazing. It is amazing. From what I understand, my grandmother told me that it's part of a German derivation. Um, because my ancestries, I have a mixture of. If you were to look at my background as far as ancestries, I have a lot. I'm Irish, German, Italian, Jewish. I'm an all mutt. I'm an all mutt, but I'll tell you, yeah, Scrapple. Oh yes, Scrapple sandwiches. No, it's actually very good. But anyway, we ate that a lot as kids because I know everybody's heard the story. Well, we were so poor. Well, in Pennsylvania, we literally were poor, and my grandmother would figure out ways to make food for us. Yeah, it almost does sound like that, Muddy Water. It almost does sound like that. And she was very creative, and um, gosh, to me, it tastes it tastes divine. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't know if I could say how it would taste because it's like to me, I just love the taste of it. Stores out here do sell it. I've actually seen it, which is shocking because I primarily thought it was like a Pennsylvania thing only. But no, stores out where I used to live and here do sell it. Um, but I mean, we used to take that with hot cakes, and on a cold winter morning, my grandmother would make hot cakes, and we would melt down the Scrapple, and we would pour it over there like a gravy. Oh, it was the best. It was the best. I mean, you don't get no better than that. Either that or fried. So brought 60 eggs from the farm. I'm gonna pickle them. Oh, there you go. Zyro pickled eggs. Pickled eggs, my favorite. Hey Zyro, you gonna do purple or you gonna do green? Let me know. Because I love me some pickled eggs. Boy, well, we have some good conversation tonight talking about food. So yeah, that's what we used to do back in the day, back when we were kids. I mean, yeah, we um we had chickens. Okay, what I mean by pickled eggs, you either had a beet colored brine or a light yellowish green brine. Yeah, there you go. Well, they're both good because the purple ones are good and the green ones are good. Oh, you know what my wife made tonight? Folks, I got to tell you, she's amazing. My wife is so amazing. She made me pickled onions tonight. Pickled onions. I'm so excited. I can't wait for them to be done. They're going to be so good to eat tomorrow. Oh, he's just throwing the vinegar? Okay, I got you. Yeah, anything pickled is, you can never go wrong with that in my book. You can never go wrong with that in my book. Oh, Josie, pickled onions are amazing. Man, you don't know what you're missing. Yeah, go on YouTube and look up the recipe and make it. It's amazing. Okay, no, I got you. I got you. Another one I like is pickled pig's feet. Anybody like those? I do. I think they taste pretty good. Pickled pig's feet. She's amazing. Onions kill me. Just cutting one makes me cry. Yeah, we did the red onions, so I know they're pretty strong. But yeah, she did them, man. She did them. This one dude has to eat the pickled pig's feet in a jar. Oh yeah, they're good. Pickled pig's feet in a jar are amazing. Yeah, they're amazing. Oh, did it really? Hey, they taste good though. They may not smell the best, but they taste really good. Oh, yeah, that would be awesome, Lee. Indeed. Wow. Wow, that would be awesome indeed. Man, I've not ate pig's feet. They just, oh, Josie, no, they're actually very good. No pig for me, especially not the feet. They're actually really good, guys. I promise you, they're so good. They're so good. Has anybody here eaten rattlesnake? Has anybody had rattlesnake? Tell me that, because that's actually pretty good too. Okay, very good. Muddy Water Outdoor says he has. Now, people say it tastes like chicken. Yeah, I think it does actually. No, I'd love to try snake. No, snake's actually really good. It does taste like it does taste like chicken though, believe it or not. Yeah, it does. No rattlesnake. No, not gonna try it. It's actually really good. It's actually really good. It does taste like chicken though. It really does. You know, everybody says, "Ah, it tastes like chicken." No, it legitimately does taste like chicken. It's all in the preparation of how you season it and cook it. Okay, Rocky Mountain oysters. Has anybody had those? I expect to see at least a few people say yes. I want to catch and do frog legs this year. Oh, frog legs are amazing. Yes, frog legs are amazing. Okay, Muddy Water says no to the Rocky Mountain oysters. No to the Zyro says no. Okay. Uh, Fishing with Fur says pass. Oh my gosh, you folks don't know what you're missing. Nope, Josie says. Nope. Frog legs, yes. Okay, frog legs are they are amazing. All right. For those of you, obviously you know what they are then, right? So I don't need to tell you what Rocky Mountain oysters are. Yeah, again, they're very good. Very good. You all are gonna know me as, man, this guy eats some weird crap. He eats some really weird crap. Um, there is one time that I had something that I did not care for, and I will tell you straight out. I ate it once just to try it and say I did it. I will never do it again. Oh, I know. Frog legs before Rocky Mountain oysters. Oh my gosh. No, Ferg, they're actually really good. They really are good. And I will tell you, I used to see them how they got the oysters, and then within like 20 minutes, they were cleaned and cooked. They were amazing. Give to Mikey, he'll eat anything. Yeah, call me Mikey then. Call me Mikey then. There's only one item that I tried. And again, like I said, I don't normally back down from something. I'll try it once. If I like it, I'll eat it again. If I don't, at least I said I tried it. Now, there was one item that I tried that I will never, ever, ever, ever eat again. That was lamb brains. Did not like it. Did not like the texture. Did not like the graininess. Did not like the way it tasted. I tried it. Not doing it. Never again. What was her question? Just from the mountains? Oh, Rocky Mountain oysters? Is that what you're asking me? Okay. I don't I does anybody know what they really are? My buddy's dad had a ranch and his mom made spaghetti and meatballs. Okay. Rocky Mountain oysters are basically bull testicles or cow testicles. Yes, Lee's correct. In a modern term, they're bull nuts, cow nuts. I hope I don't lose any viewers for this. I'm sorry, guys. Yep, that's what they are. They are cow balls or bull balls. Yep. And they're actually very tasty. They really are, folks. I kid you not. They are really good. Well, now you know a little bit about me that you didn't know. There we go. Uh, Nope, never tried them. I'll tell you what, though, Josie and everybody, if you've never had them, they are an acquired taste. They really are, but they are very good. Very good. Just look at it this way. I look at it as like it's just a really good piece of steak. That's how you got to look at it. Don't think about what they are. Just know, just like, it's a good piece of steak. You can actually saute them. You can fry them. You can stew them. Yeah, you can do a lot with them. Let's see. Ferg says, needless to say, after a day working cattle, I did not eat the spaghetti meatballs. I could imagine, right? I could imagine. Indeed. Oh, turtle soup. Now that I have not tried. I would try it though. I would even try yeah. I would like to try soft shell crab too. Yeah. That I would try too. I've had frog legs. They're really good. In fact, the very first cruise that I ever took my wife on, they had frog legs. Loved them. I asked for like 4 orders of them. They were so good. Back then, you could order as much as you want. As long as you ate them, they were okay with it. And I ate like 4 orders of them, so they were really good. Now, escargot, anybody had those? For those of you who don't know, escargot are snails. For those of you who do, have you had them? Blackbird pie. Are we talking like crow? What's blackbird pie, Lee? I've never heard of it. You got me intrigued now. Yeah, I'm curious now. Lee? What is blackbird pie? I'm curious now. Inquiring minds. No snails? Really? They're not bad. They're not bad at all. Oh, yes, crow. Boy, uh, gives a whole new meaning to eating crow, doesn't it? No, blackbird pie. Okay, Lee says yes on crow. Muddy Waters Outdoors says no, blackbird pie. So, is there a difference? Wait a minute. You're not talking about coots, are you? You need to go on Fear Factor Arizona. I, you think? Ah, they'd probably kick me off. Haven't tried. So it must be crow then. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, it gives. I guess crow is not the best eating. From what I've heard, crow is not the best eating. It's like coots. They're not the best eating. A lot of people wouldn't eat them. They say when you cook a coot, the best way to do is to cook them on a board and then cook them up. When they're done, throw the coot in the trash and eat the board. Yeah, I heard coot is not that good eating. If you saute the escargot and things like that and you season them up, they're actually really good. It's got like a chewy texture to it. It really does, but it's very flavorful. Same with the bull nuts. It's got a chewy texture to it, but very flavorful. It's all about presentation and how you prepare it. Ah, it's funny. That's funny. Well, folks, I'm glad I could humor you. That there was some entertaining food gestures tonight. Oh, it's funny. What do we say? You haven't lived until you tried it, right? Now, hey, even I have a limitation on what I will and won't eat. But so far, everything that I've asked about, I've actually eaten. So, yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Yes. Yes, I do. I think they're actually very good. Mud bugs all the way. Put a little bit of that Creole seasoning on it, it'd be pretty good. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Shockingly, Josie, I'll be honest with you. When I started fishing for striper out here in Arizona area where I'm at, I did not realize that that was the number one staple for them for striper. That and trout. There's been a few times where I would actually fillet the striper out to get the fillets that I wanted, and I would find crawdads inside their stomach. Oh yeah, yeah, they make great bait too. By the way, didn't know if you knew that or not. Yeah, they make very good bait. I fortunately live in a state where we can use live bait, cut bait, we can chum the water and things like that. So we use minnows, shad. You can cut carp up and use that. You can cut up, I believe, bluegill. You can use live bluegill. You can use minnows, and you can chum the water out here with corn or whatever. Yeah, so the fishing out here is pretty decent when the season's good. It's good. During the winter times, it's really hard. As you all know, right? It's really hard during the winter time. Let's see here, Josie says, well, now we gonna have Arizona live catching crawdads before live fishing. Hey, hey, I've got a 4x4 net I can throw. We're allowed to legally net as long as we're using it. The thing with Arizona law is that I just recently found out, I just recently found this out. You can throw a 4x4 net for bait fishing. You cannot use netting to catch fish, but you can use it for bait fishing, and that includes crawdads. So yeah. Oh, indeed, Lee. Squid and calamari, my favorite. Love it. Love it. I've had calamari, I've had squid, I've had freeze dried squid. Yeah, they can be some work. Can you catch them? You're talking about crawdads? Yeah, if you're fast enough, you can. Sure. I don't know if I'm that fast, but yeah, you can. But yeah, you can actually net them out here. You can net that type of material, those types of um, water creatures, as long as you use them for bait. Um, yeah, I think you can catch crawdads here and eat them too. I need to find that out though. I need to find if you can legally catch them to eat them because I don't know if they would fall under the bait fish category. That's something I need to find out for Arizona. That is because I know as kids we used to catch them all the time where I live. It's a lot of work, Zyro, but I have fun catching them. Yeah, indeed. That's right. I forgot about those. You're right. They actually do. Ooh, fish head soup. Yeah, that sounds good too. That sounds real good. Now, years ago, when we were in Florida visiting my oldest son, um, I had the opportunity of fishing out there with him, and he bear with me for a minute. Sorry about that. He my oldest son. Let me tell you a little bit about my oldest son. My oldest son, his name was Jason. Phenomenal, phenomenal young man. Loved to fish, loved to fish, and he had a knack for fishing. He really did. And sadly, we lost him about 13, 14 years ago. I may have told you this story before, but yeah, we were out there one time fishing out there in Florida with him, and he would catch live. He would have live shrimp for bait, and I remember they used to have those things that would bite you on your fingertips and it hurt. And he would always pick them up and put them on the hook for me because I didn't like touching them. For some reason, my fingers just don't like touching shrimp like that, especially when they bite you like that. Not a fan of that, but he would always hook me up on that. But yeah, we used to fish out there. That's where I caught my very first time I ever caught two stingrays out in Florida. Fish head soup's actually really good. I bet it is. It sounds good. Make it into indeed a soup with fish broth, right? What else do you put in the fish head soup? Oh, you know what? Put some white rice with that. I bet that would be good. Thank you, Josie. It's been about 13, 14. In fact, the anniversary of his passing is this month. It's going to be on Tuesday. I think it's going to be, what, 13, 14 years already. He would have been, I'll tell you, he would have been a phenomenal YouTube creator. He would have been a phenomenal content creator for YouTube. He loved to ocean fish. He loved to bank fish. He loved to lake fish. He loved to pond fish. Fishing, he did it. He was everything and anything fishing. He had his own boat even. He had his own ocean boat. Let's see here. We got blue crabs here and those cast nets. Sometimes those things. Oh yeah, crabs hurt indeed. Indeed. Even I have my limitations on what I want to touch. It's weird like that, it's weird like that. Vegetables, potatoes and onions. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds real good, Lee. Indeed. Yeah. So, and it's so weird because, as you all know too, when I catch my fish, even on the lives, when you see me catching fish, I'll always have to wear a pair of gloves because I've been stuck by the dorsal pins and they hurt. They do not feel good at all. Do they make you bleed, Zyro? The crawdads do sometimes. Not real bad, but yeah, they'll get you. Ouch. Hey, is you don't know in here? Hey, there you are. You don't know. How are you? Sure, Drew. Sure. Glad to have you here, my friend. How you been, Drew? Hopefully all's well with you. You been doing any fishing, Drew? Oh, gotcha. How was work today? Oh, good deal. I'm glad it works well for him. No kidding, Drew. Awesome. Two snappers. Beautiful. Congrats. Yeah, I'm glad that fillet knife worked out for you guys, man. It's real flexible. That's what I like about it. The blade is so flexible, it just makes it easy to fillet those out. Perfect. I'm glad, Drew. Glad to hear that. Chesapeake Bay, home of the blue crabs at Old Bay and Steam Pot. There we go. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about there, Lee. Oh, okay. I will, Drew. I will. You bet. You got it. Yeah, it's pretty cold where you're at right now, too, Josie. I can imagine. Come summertime, though, spring and summertime, especially when that bass and all that start hitting and spawning and all that, you guys are gonna your river waterways are gonna explode just like ours will. Yeah, it's gonna blow up here. We're talking next month. Next month is the beginning of spawning season for bass and all that, so it's gonna blow up. Yeah, Drew, we definitely want to check out your picture, my man. Definitely want to check it out. Yeah, that makes two of us, Josie. I cannot wait for the season to begin. I mean, we're getting comfortable temperatures. I mean, it still gets cold. Every so often we'll dip down into the 40s at night, but the days have been real comfortable. The days have been real comfortable. And I'll tell you straight out, I hadn't shared this yet, but in about 4 months or so, I'm going to be partially retired. I'm going to be partially retired. I wasn't really going to say much about it, but it's coming. And probably about 4 months or so, I'm going to cut back on my work schedule and go partially retired. That way, I have more time to be out there fishing and exploring and things like that. So I'm going to be able to produce a lot more decent content. So I'm excited about it. I can't wait. Like I said, I wasn't going to say nothing about it yet, but I can't wait to go and do it. Oh wow, Drew, that would be awesome. Indeed, yes, more fishing for sure. For more fishing, sure, more adventures. You got it. Oh, I'm excited, Lee. I can't wait. I mean, You still want to keep 1 or 2 days, 2 or 3 days a week, but overall though, I get to spend more time with my family, my wife, and it's going to be exciting. I can't wait. Trust me, I'm gonna stay busy. You know, I'm gonna be busy. Either I'm working around the house or doing something, either fishing, hunting, camping, property, off gridding, something. All right, Zyro, have a wonderful evening. You take care. Thanks for joining. DCP Kayaking, how are you? We are doing good, my friend. I'm excited to say that we got the boat on the water tonight. It's running good. Every so often, I got to get some of that bad gas out of there, still filtering through, but yeah, it's running a lot better than it did. Yeah, have a wonderful evening, Zyro. Thanks for joining the channel. Folks, I want to show you something real quick. Real quick. That's that antique rod that I was telling you about that I found. That's from 1971. It's a Shakespeare rod. See if I can blow it up a little bit here. Yeah, they don't make those anymore. They don't make those anymore. Hey, Chaos, how are you? And that's one of the pheasants that I got. And there's the other one I got right there. That's when I used to do some pheasant hunting back in the day. Yeah, love hunting. Love upland game hunting or wild bird hunting. Oh, I'm glad to see you doing well, Chaos. Man, it's been a little while since I've seen you, brother. Family's doing good? Nice. Glad to hear that. What was this about coffee and broccoli? Hang on a second. I go back here. I'm good, brother. DCP, it's time for coffee and some broccoli. Cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, I bet they do, Drew. Shakespeare's like my all-time favorite rod and reel set. Love it. Well, thank you, Josie. I appreciate that. I got those probably about maybe 7 years on how long? Going on 7 years? About 9 or 10 years ago. I went pheasant hunting with a buddy of mine. That was the same that time period was the same period where I went and oh, I'm glad to hear that, Chaos. Awesome. Awesome. That was the same time I got that wheat colored pheasant, beautiful pheasant, wheat colored one, and a beautiful chuckler. Oh man, it was gorgeous. Beautiful colors, rich blues, whites, reds on the chuckler, and or chuckered, I should say. And I went and I paid money to have them taxidermed, put money down on them to get it started, and I never got my birds. I was so angry. Never got my birds, and I never got my money back. Every time I'd call him, nothing. Wouldn't hear anything. I was pretty upset. Pretty upset because that was the first time I'd ever seen a wheat colored pheasant. And in a beautiful checkered like that, it was a good size one too, man. It would have been a perfect piece to put on the wall. Nope, gone. So, yeah. If I get anything else this year or coming up in the future, I got to find a really good place that does taxidermy. That way I know I can get my stuff back. Well, thank you, Drew. I appreciate that. These ones here that you see, we found these at a thrift store. No, hang on a minute. No, I take it back. We bought these. We bought these in a store in Vegas. Home Goods, I think it was, in Las Vegas. This one back here, we were at a trout tournament, and this one here was free. They were giving away from Fish and Game. Let's see here. Berg says, Tim, I checked the weather. It looks like the week after this should be good for my pier fishing spot. If that works. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Yeah, no worries. Not this week, coming up, but the week after, right, Mike? Not this week coming up, like not tomorrow, but the next week. If I think that's what you're talking about. Tuesday, I'll be out. Okay, perfect. Not this week, but the next week. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we'll hook up. We'll hook up and collaborate. I think it'd be a blast. Um, Tuesday night after I get off work, I'm going to be going live back to Rotary Park area. Um, I'm going to try my hand again at trout. Like I say, if I don't try, you never know, right? I'm going to try, but I'm going to change it up a little bit this time. I'm going to use night crawlers. I'm going to go old school. I'm going to go old school. I'm going to do night crawlers and bobbers. That's what we're going to do. I went out and bought some night crawlers already, some good large ones, and I'm going to set up one of my poles, probably the ultralight one, the one with the 6 pound one, a 6 pound line on it. I'm going to put a bobber on it. We're just going to fish for trout. I'm going to be setting up on top of the concrete dock up there and fishing over the railing. See what happens. You never know. The weather's starting to warm up now, so you never know. I've got to get something. I'm still 0-1. Fish 1, me 0 for 2026. So I got to break that skunk. I got to get the skunk off my back. I'm not liking it right now. So it's going to happen though. So we're going to change up bait on that one. Not probably going to do too much as far as striper fishing right now because again, normally the river is really low during that period of time. But definitely want to try for some striper. Not sorry for some trout. For some trout. Temps will be good. Wind might be okay. Yeah, on your end or my end. Hopefully the temps will be good here with no wind. No wind. Today the winds were probably about maybe 10 to 15 miles an hour, but had to get the boat on the water. I had to see if it would fire up, and it did. So I'm happy about it. Still a little bit of residual with the bad gas going through it. Once I get all that cleaned out, I put in some what we call sea foam. It'll clean out the carburetors and the jets and all that, the fuel injectors and all that, and get all that cleaned out. That boat should be purring like a kitten pretty soon. So I'm pretty excited about getting that done. This Tuesday could work for you too. Um, Ferg, if you don't mind, let me play that one by ear if it's okay with you, because I'm literally on a mission to try and catch trout. So if we could keep next week, I would be grateful if you'd allow that. I appreciate that if you would. Yeah, I'm kind of on a mission right now. I need to get fish. I need to catch something. But I definitely want to do the collaboration. I promise I do. But right now I'm so focused. I just want to get fish. Would that be okay with you? Let me know either way, buddy. I mean, if it doesn't work for you, yeah, we could do Tuesday. But like I said, if we could, that'd be great. Yes. Thank you, Ferg. Mike, I'm glad you reminded me. I'm glad you reminded me. Yeah, I definitely want to hook up though, brother. We need to do the collaboration and it's gonna happen. Yeah, I guarantee I always enjoy doing that. I really do. Oh yeah, Drew. Last time me and Mike did, we had a blast, man. We really did. I don't know, Mike. I enjoyed it pretty good, man. And Mike was catching, which made it great because I was, like I said, I was glad somebody was catching. I'm like, man, nobody catching. This may not be good. But no, Mike. You were killing it that night, brother. You were doing well. So it definitely made it worth the actual collaboration. Okay, perfect. So not this week coming up, but next week we'll do it. Yeah, and if you know what, Mike, if you want, we can do it even not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. We can do it then if you want, if it's good for you. Lee says it's so cold here. We're wishing for spring. It's coming. It's coming, my friend. Hey, what's going on, Justin? How are you? Glad you joined the channel tonight, my man. Throw some marshmallows in the Ziploc garlic powder and use them with worms. You'll get Slay the Trout. Really? Now that sounds like that's something you've done before, my friend. Folks, for those of you who don't know Justin is my nephew, a phenomenal, phenomenal trout fisherman in California. He's more the guy who sits out in the waders with with the fins on, catching striper. I know, Josie. I'm trying. I'm so trying. Last time I checked, it was 180 something away. It just seems like it's been that way forever. I just wish it would be done already, get past 3,000. But I appreciate that. Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't read it correctly. Yeah, I'm almost there. It's been a struggle. I'm like 180 something right now. It's been a struggle. Yeah, so yeah, Justin, here's the deal, buddy. You need to get out here, man. You need to get out here and spend a weekend out here with us. I've me and Jared took the boat out tonight. We got it up and running. It's sounding a lot better than it did last time we had it out there. Still a little bit of bad gas in the line, but I think once that works through, it'll be fine. But yeah, we need to get out here with this boat or bank. We got to catch some fish, brother. Got to catch some fish. Yeah, Ferg, it's so close, man. It's like I would love to. I would love to break the 3,000 this week and beyond. Hey, Mike, have a wonderful evening, buddy. And you know what? You take care, my man. And looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Perfect. Ferg, we're still going to do the gummy worms, right? Is that the challenge we're going to do? Just so I don't forget? Or is it anything gummy related? Anything gummy related. That's what I want to know. Yeah, gosh, me and Mike have been talking about that for a minute. I know a friend of mine at work we said, "Hey, you should try some of these gummy worms and see how they work." Well, folks, I think I might be cutting this live short down for the night. Appreciate each and every one of you joining me this evening. It's always great being able to spend time with you guys. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, we're trying DCP. We are so trying. I'm literally so close. I'm literally so close. It's. I've probably been in about the same spot for like the last week and a half, and I just can't seem to push it, push it, push it. Um, Folks, if you have an opportunity, check out the playlist that I have. Even if you can't watch it, just let it run. That's the only thing I can ask.